Welcome, everyone, to this edition, the second edition of a Funko Popcast. I'm your host, Dylan Koros, and unfortunately, I don't have a co-host this week yet again, but sooner or later, I am going to have some sort of co-host because I would like to talk with a second opinion about exactly their opinions on different Funko Pops and the announcements. Before we begin this episode, there was one pop that was forgot to be mentioned. I realized on the last one I was editing, and there was actually a Funko Shop exclusive pop, and that was Psycho Shriner. That is a Funko Shop exclusive. He's teal. He's holding a cup with an eyeball in it. It's got a red jacket. Kind of looks like he's working at a movie theater of some sort. That was released January 30th, which was the day before I recorded that podcast. That was a Funko Shop exclusive. Not sure if it's sold out yet or not. But yep, that was it. It definitely probably wouldn't have made my top 10, which if you tuned in last episode, I made a top 10 list of the best pop vinyls, in my opinion, of January 2019. This episode today, for this month of February, I announced on my Instagram, which going pretty well right now, at a Funko Popcast, which I will post that in the description below. On the Instagram, I had announced that due to, as this time of recording, which is February the 19th, Funko had decided to start announcing Emerald City Comic Con exclusive pops. So, to avoid a potential 3-hour podcast, I've decided that this month's podcast, February, will be divided into two. Today's podcast, or popcast, I should say, will feature announcements from February the 1st up until the very last New York Toy Fair reveal, which was on February the 16th, and then the rest up until the end of the month will be on part 2, which I'll probably describe at the end. So without further ado, let's talk about the very first Funko Pop, series of Funko Pops for the month of February. February 1st, we've had the live-action Dumbo movie Pops, which 3 of them are coming out. We got a Fireman Dumbo, we have a Dreamland Dumbo, actually 2 Dreamland Dumbos. One is the common version, which is wearing blue headgear, and the second one is a Walmart exclusive, which is wearing red headgear. And all the pops look pretty cool. The Fireman I like the most if I were to get one out of the 3. He just looks so happy. And then the other ones, they're okay, but I think if I had to choose one of the 3, it would definitely be the Fireman Dumbo. Those should be out now, I believe, because I've seen a lot of different pop vinyl pages that have posted, oh, look at my brand new Fireman Dumbo and Dreamland Dumbo, and I think someone even got, actually, I forget who it was, there's a page where there was actually, someone had got shipped the Walmart exclusive Dreamland Dumbo, and there wasn't even a pop in the box. It was just the box itself, and it was just, it's like if Dumbo became John Cena. You can't see me. Anyways, speaking of John Cena, the translucent John Cena pop, that Amazon exclusive that we talked about last month on a Funko Popcast. You can tune in there. I'll probably put the link to last month's Popcast in the description below with the Instagram at a Funko Popcast. Moving on to the next set of pops. Also announced on February the 1st, we have 3 different Nightlight pops for the movie How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, when this video is uploaded, the movie will be in theaters now, but at the time of recording, which is a Tuesday, Uh, this video will be or this movie will be in theaters this Friday. So we got three versions of Night Lights, as we said, or as I said, I should say. Uh, we have a black Night Lights with green eyes. It's got his little hands up, or paws, or whatever. We got another black Night Lights pop with blue eyes, and it's got one hand up. Looks like it's about ready to give the highest of fives. You would understand that if you watched How I Met Your Mother from that reference. And then we have a white Night Lights with green eyes just laying on the floor. Looks like it's just like rolling around. They're not too bad of pops. I've never seen How to Train Your Dragon, to be honest, so I can't really say like, oh, this is a really good detailed pop or anything like that. Will I be getting these pops? Probably not, because I haven't seen the movie, so there's not really a point. But I'm sure if you're a fan of How to Train Your Dragon, you should get these pops. Moving on to February the 4th, which is the first Funko Shop exclusive announcement, which is Peaches and Cream Mickey Mouse. That pop, it's not too bad of a pop, to be honest. I like the colors, the Peaches and Cream. It blends well together. It's kind of like that the blue and purple Mickey Mouse that I had discussed on last month's Funko Popcast. Actually, those two pops are a part of a 7 set of pops of different colored Mickey Mouses. So I guess there's like a two additional additional to those. Sorry about that. To the Peaches and Cream and blue and purple Mickey Mouse, there is like a red and orange, I think it is, and there's a green and yellow Mickey Mouse. There's supposed to be 7 in this set, and it's supposed to be like a Mickey Mouse exhibition lineup or something like that. This was available February 4th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I heard these sold out very quick. So your best luck is probably to go on eBay now to get these, or if someone's selling them at your local like Comic-Con or something. Like maybe someone was selling them this past weekend at New York Toy Fair. So the next pop we'll talk about actually is the Hot Topic exclusive Diamond Collection Harley Quinn, which actually, I don't know why they're announcing this now, because I know for a fact that this pop was released at least a month or two ago, because I think I went to Hot Topic in like December and they had it there. And then even looking at my local Hot Topics Instagram page, they had it then in January. So I don't know why they're announcing it now, or at least this month, but maybe it's just announcing it's now available at all Hot Topics. Which, speaking of availables, I forgot to mention, I think, for all the pops that I mentioned before. The Dumbo pops, I think, are available now, because I mentioned about the guy who got the Walmart exclusive with no pop in it. Assuming because the movie's out this Friday, or as you're listening to this, available now. The pops should be available now, because they always release the pops for movies before the movie comes out. And then the Harley Peaches and Cream obviously was available at some point, so even on eBay you can get it there. Harley Quinn is available now. The Harley Quinn, half of it's pink, half of it's white. The pink side is all sparkly and, I should say, full of diamonds, because, diamond collection. Other than that, and then like the mallet on the side, it's a pretty good looking pop. So now the next pop I'm going to talk about is probably what will end up being probably the most talked about pop in the month of February, and that is the Bulbasaur pop. Now the Bulbasaur pop is the second Pokemon that Funko has released, but actually, if you think about it, the third Pokemon pop overall, because last spring or summer, I think it was, they released Pikachu, and that was a Target exclusive. And then they released, I think, either in the summer or the fall of last year, they released a 10-inch Pikachu that is released at Target also. So technically, this is also the first ever Funko Pokemon Pop that will actually be available in the. Yeah, hold up, sorry. They'll be available in more than just one retail store. So it could be available at your EB Games slash GameStop, your Hot Topics, and all that. It's a very well done pop, and they also announced within the announcement that there is supposed to be a new Pokemon pop every season. And one of the, I forget his name, is like Cameron something. He's one of the head people at Funko. Announced in a video that Funko will be releasing at least 3 Pokemon pops this year. So assuming that right away that Bulbasaur is going to be released in the spring. We're probably, and just by guessing, we'll probably get the other starter Pokemons as the next 2 pops. So assuming that in the summer, so if we go by season, so Bulbasaur is springtime, I would assume Charmander would be a summer, and I think winter would be Squirtle. I'm just going to assume that. I don't really plan on buying the pops because there's only a few that I actually would probably might want, and one of them is definitely Charizard. But I know my buddy Robbie, he might listen to this, he might not, would definitely want to try to get the majority of the Pokemon pops because he is probably the biggest fan of Pokemon that I know. Him and my buddy Matt, who I mentioned on the last podcast. This is expected to be released. Supposedly, like International Pokemon Day is February 27th. And so I guess even EB Games posted on their website, it's going to be released February 27th. So I'm just going to assume February 27th, which is next Wednesday, as I film this, is when the pop's going to be released. So February 27th is when you can get Bulbasaur at any outlet store that is available at. All right, now the next couple of pops, they are Hot Topic exclusive. It's part of the DC lineup. You'll see the photo now. We got Red Wing Robin, which has quite a bit of detail. He's wearing black and red. He's got this stick in his hand. He's got this, like, I don't know, there's something across his torso shaped in an X with a black, like, circle in the middle. It's like all gold. It's probably some sort of, I don't know if it's a chest protector or something. And then we got what I believe is probably one of the most detailed Funko Pops I have probably seen in a while. And that's this, the pop you'll see, the Death of the Family Joker, which obviously is also a Hot Topic exclusive. Like, I'm thinking I might actually buy this pop, even though I rarely buy, like, DC Comics pops. I think this pop I'm thinking about actually buying when it comes out. The eyes are good. I like the smile and, like, the little, like, what looks to be like hooks that are pulling his mouth so that he can smile. He's clearly, he must have killed someone to get that suit because I don't think Joker's name is Joe. And you can tell he probably killed someone because of the hammer in his right hand that's all bloody. But yeah, that's a very, very detailed pop. Robin, I heard, is going to be expected early March for a release. And Joker, is, I heard, end of February, possibly the same day as the Bulbasaur. So February 27th is around the time when that they're supposed to come out. Then the next two pops, so I'll bring the one up right about now. Funko on February the 6th. I should have remembered to say the date. So Bulbasaur, the Hot Topic exclusive pops that I just mentioned, and these pops that I'm about to talk about. February 6th, Funko announced collector's boxes of one is Aquaman, the other is the original, I think, 60s Batman. So the Aquaman, one of the items will be a Arthur Curry pop that's all gold, as you may see right now. Quite a bit of detail. Then we got from the Batman box, which the photo should be up by now. We got a 2-pack, which obviously you see in the sticker will be a Target exclusive, while the Arthur Curry, I think, will be at the majority of retail stores. We got a 2-pack of Batman, and we got the Penguin, which you can see the Penguin is blowing some sort of toxic gas from his umbrella, and Batman clearly came prepared because he's got this, like, I'm assuming it's some sort of like device that breathes in like clean oxygen and prevents any toxic pollution of some sort. I guess the word I'll put it. From going into a system. It's like when you go underwater and you gotta get the oxygen. Some people have that kind of device with them. Both those pops are they look pretty good. I don't know if, like I just said about the Death of the Joker and the Red Wing Robin, I don't think I'm gonna get them, or they're most likely won't get them because I don't really collect DC pops all that much. So the Arthur Curry and the 2-pack of Batman, I think, are available now because Funko listed they listed links from Target. So assuming like they're available now, but they could be out within the month, if I'm wrong. But yeah, so there's that. And I should have mentioned Peaches and Cream Mickey Mouse came out February 4th. All right, now we're good with the dates. The next couple of pops before we get to the New York Toy Fair reveals will be the first one is a pop movie moments from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi. It's called Encounter at Endor, or Encounter on Endor, I think it is. And we got an Ewok. I don't know what the name of it is, and I know for a fact that Ewok is not Wicket. And he's with C-3PO, and clearly it's they're in one of those like not tree house, but like they're on a deck, like a wooden deck that's made around a tree. You may see in the background of the photo that I have posted if you're watching this, but if you're not, then you might be able to know what I'm talking about. Very detailed in the wood. The C-3PO has a silver leg because I think like he lost one of his pieces during the beginning of the movie, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've watched Return of the Jedi, but yet it is one of the best Star Wars movies out there. And then I can't remember the Ewok's name, so if anyone's listening to this popcast, there we go. I got to get used to saying popcast instead of podcast. If anyone's listening to this, and if they know what the name of this Ewok is, please write it down in the comments if you can. That'll be greatly appreciated. It's a very good pop. I'm gonna have to show my buddy Matt this. Actually, he probably might have already seen this. I kind of see this is why I wish I had a co-host, because then I would hear his opinion on these pops. Speaking of the pops, I'm pretty sure they posted this. It's weird that they didn't post these during the Return of the Jedi announcements last month. I guess they were saving it for a different time. But I think they're available now. That's what the link that they posted on their Instagram and Facebook pages was that the pop movie moments are available now. So now we'll move on to the last pop before we move on to uh, New York Toy Fair reveals. So we got a Stan Lee pop, and it's called a patina version. I don't know the meaning of patina. That might be the color, which is basically kind of like if you had like a green statue, like let's say Statue of Liberty, and it gets rained on and it becomes rusty. That's like the color it becomes. But or actually, isn't it the other way around? I don't know. Something like that, because Statue of Liberty is still like a greenish teal color. So I think it once was like a brownish copper color, and then the rain just the color. So I'm probably not going to get this pop, to be honest. I just find like the colors boring, but I understand Marvel fans are probably going to want this pop, especially since Stan Lee passed away. It was November. I think it was November he passed away, because I was on a wrestling tour when I found out that. Yes, for those that don't know, I work as a professional wrestler, so yeah, yeah, that's when I found out. It was during on tour that Stan Lee passed away. It's very sad. He's a legend. Let's go Marvel. But yeah, Marvel fans are gonna want this pop. I understand that, and I'll give it to Funko. It's kind of hard to make the colors the way they are on those kind of pops. So good job on that for Funko. All right, now we're finally moving on to the New York Toy Fair reveals, which has been very anticipated all year round. Even though we've only been in like 2-3 months of 2019 so far, but once London Toy Fairs ended, everyone was just talking about New York Toy Fair reveals, and then usually after New York Toy Fair reveals, they talk about Emerald City Comic Con, and then. Yeah, so we'll move on to the first New York Toy Fair reveal pops, which they started off with a bang, Funko did. And that is a new set of Kiss Pop vinyls. And my God, they look great. Like, I mean, like Tony the Tiger, great. And wow. We got the Demon, which sticking out his tongue. He's got a new, not really new face paint, but a better version of face paint. He's holding a stick with fire, and he's got his outfit on with the big boots, and he's got a nice bass guitar. It's a typical Gene Simmons. And then we got the Star Child, aka Paul Stanley. He's got the star on his eye. He's even got lips this time, red lips, unlike the original Kiss Pop, which he doesn't even have a mouth. And he's got a sweet guitar in typical Paul Stanley fashion. His chest is exposed with a little hair on it. And then we got the Spaceman Pop, sweet guitar. For some reason, I'm not liking the whole eyebrow thing, like in the face paint. But I don't know. Oh, I almost had to burp there. And then we got the Catman, which I should have mentioned earlier about the Spaceman also. I don't know the current guitarist's name. I don't even know the original, which would be Ace Frehley. And then with the drummer, it was originally Peter Criss. But I think there was like an Eric Carr and an Eric Singer. It's one of those names. I think one of them passed away. The other is currently the drummer of Kiss. Not too sure. Even though I did see them in concert. I think it's like 6 years ago now. It's around there. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. So we're looking at this Catman Pop. And he's got the drumsticks. But I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, they might have done it with the Rush 3-pack that was with Fan Expo. But if I'm not mistaken, this is the first drummer pop vinyl that actually comes with a drum kit. I don't think any other drummers, so even what would have been the most recent drummer besides, I think it would have been Roger Taylor for the Queen set. That might have been the most recent drummer that was released for Funko Pops. He only came with the drumsticks. And even the original Catman came with drumsticks. So I think not Peter Criss, but the Catman is the first Funko Pop drummer that actually has a drum kit with him. So good job on Funko for adding a drum kit finally to a drummer. Uh, and also, I should mention that these pops are expected to be released according to. I've seen a lot of the New York Toy Fair reveal videos from Funko themselves, guys like Top Pops and Dis Funko. June 2019 is when they're expected the earliest to be released in different retail stores everywhere. And now we're moving on to, we're continuing the Pop Rocks. So the next few I'm going to talk about are part of the Pop Rocks or Pop Music, whatever you like to call it, series. We're moving on to Johnny Cash. There are two versions of Johnny Cash, as you may see. One is him wearing all black, and he's got the guitar behind him. The other version is him with a black jacket, but he's got a white dress shirt, and he's got a sweet-looking guitar. Even though these are concept photos that you're looking at if you're watching the video, if they can execute that very well with the actual finalized pop itself, I think it will do very well in sales, to be honest. These pops are expected to be released in May of 2019. I didn't see them in the videos for Toy Fair, but I got the scoop from EB Games website. Might have been early May of 2019. So yeah. And all right, so now we'll move on to the next set of music pops as I look through my papers. We got the famous boy band known as NSYNC. That's right, NSYNC featuring Justin Timberlake, which this may be the first Justin Timberlake pop that Funko's made. I could be wrong on that, but I'm more than sure that it's the first Justin Timberlake pop. We got JC, Joey, Lance, and Chris, all 5 members of NSYNC. Justin Timberlake, I feel like he has darker hair than what shows on the pop, but yet again, these aren't finalized. These are just concept. These are more detailed concept arts, actually. And these pops are expected to be released in May of 2019. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about them. It's just not, it's detailed, but it's not detailed. Like, it's just a normal, like, no, it's just a normal, like, Pop Rocks pop. The only thing detailed they added that stands out is the microphones, the little headsets. So moving on to the next Pop Rocks, a fairly, oh my god, I can't talk today, a fairly popular musician or rapper, I should say. He's more rap. Post Malone. He was one of the most talked about pops that Funko announced. Post Malone. He's got the little red jacket and or I should say red suit overall. It's actually the color's more lighter in the actual pop because I actually got to see some of the photos from New York Toy Fair. And he's holding the cup, and I think he's holding a cigarette actually, but they don't have the cigarette in the photo that's showing up here. The tattoos are really well done on Post Malone, and this pop is expected to be released as early as April 2019. So a lot of these pops are up for pre-order at various websites, including EB Games, GameStop, which is basically the same thing, Hot Topic, Entertainment Earth, all your stores that you look at. The next one we'll talk about, not really much to talk about because I don't really know them. It's the I guess the hip hop group known as Migos, which features the 3 members. One's name's Offset. We got Quavo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and you got Takeoff, which I'm pretty sure I said that in order correctly. And then those are Actually, according to EB Games website, at least they're available now. Um, I don't know if they actually are available now. EB Games says it's available, but I don't know if Entertainment Overload, Entertainment Overload was a store that used to be around in my city that sold used video games and stuff like that. Entertainment Earth is what I meant to say. I feel like I said Entertainment Overload this whole time. Entertainment Earth might say something different. But moving on to oh no, never mind. It's not the last. The second last announcements for Pop Rocks, and that is the famous boy band known as the Backstreet Boys. Now, Backstreet Boys have been around, or were around in the '90s. I think they don't like perform as a group anymore, if I'm not mistaken. The hits like "I Want It That Way," which I actually posted the lyrics, the first part of the lyrics, or at least the chorus, in the description or in the caption for when I announced these on my Instagram page at Funko Popcast, which I'm going to say a lot during this podcast, and it will be in the description below. We got Backstreet Boys. We got Nick Carter, Brian Littrell, Kevin Richardson, AJ McLean, Howie Drought, and that's it. I don't know if I pronounced the last person's name right, but those are expected to be coming out in June 2019, available for pre-order now at various outlets. We got the Korean pop boy band known as BTS, which I didn't know about until I seen the reveals, which so you got the all 7 members, which it's not gonna. I know for a fact it's not gonna be in order as shown on the photo. If you're a BTS fan and you know the band members, but we got RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, which the commons, those are going to be the commons if you want to buy them separately. However, they are releasing a Barnes & Noble, wait for it, 7-pack. That's right. I think for the first time, I'm more than certain actually, the first time ever, that Funko is releasing a 7-pack for a pop vinyl. So seven pop vinyls in 1 pack that you can buy, which I'm just trying to figure how much that actually would cost, because it definitely would be more than $50. I can tell you that if you're buying a 7-pack, because usually pops, at least in Canada, are $13 each. Hot Topic it's $15, so like 2, 4, 6. So already you're spending $90 on 6. So the 7th one, that's about $105 right there. So unless they somehow cheapen it somehow, so it's like 90 or something, but I don't know. But yeah, Barnes & Noble's exclusive 7-pack, and then you got the separate ones that are probably going to go around 13, 15 Canadian, like 10, 12 US dollars. So those are expected to be coming out in April. So I think people have been actually I shared a thing on a Funko Popcast on Instagram. That pre-order is up now at Barnes & Noble. So if you want to get that 7-pack, pre-order now. We're moving on from the pop rock section, and we're going into the anime type dealio with the anime known as Fairy Tail, which in order, or not in order, but the order I have here, which I don't think is in order on the photo I have, is Panther Lily, Zarif Dragoneel, Gagiel Red Fox, Frosh, and then that's it. Just the 4. And then those are expected to be released also in April of 2019. So if you're a Fairy Tail fan, you better put those pre-orders now before they potentially sell out. now move on to a new page in this book thing that I have. We got Yu Yu. It's called Yu Yu Hakusho. I think that's probably how you pronounce it. I'm not too sure. Which actually was realistically the first announcement because Funko actually had a link on their Instagram, and I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but there was like a can opener going on because food's being made at the moment. So uh, yeah. Anyways, the Yu Yu Hakusho. Uh, so we got yeah. So what was I going with? Okay, yeah, that's where I was going with this. It was they announced this was realistically the first announcement because they had actually announced it on FunkoBlog.com at like 4 in the morning, an hour before the actual announcements began at 5 in the morning. Uh, but somehow they re-announced it again at like whatever time it was at this time because Funko announced the New York Toy Fair reveals every 15 minutes starting at 5 in the morning. Actually, it started at 5:15 because they were a little late. Um, but yeah, they re-announced it. So we got Yusuke Yurmeshi. I'm gonna pronounce these names wrong for sure. Kurama. We got Kazuma Kuwabara, and we got Boten, and then we get a Hawaii exclusive, which on the Funko blog itself, it does not say which place it's exclusive to. That's to be determined. But I guess they got some time because these pops won't be coming out until at least May 2019, as seen in the different Funko blog video. Actually, no, I found this out on EB Games website. This one that these won't be out until May 2019, at least for them. And then we got My Hero Academia, which is another anime. This is I think this is the last anime pops before we move on to I think TV shows or more animation TV shows rather than just anime. We got two versions of Deku. One is one's called Deku Full Cowl, and it's glow in the dark and it's Entertainment Earth exclusive. So there's that one, and then we have a normal Deku, which actually I'm gonna click on the photo. Like you'll probably see the photo, but I actually have a photo here. Yeah, there we go. So we got Deku with like, oh man, okay. So the Entertainment Earth version has like lightning and stuff all around him, and it's got an X on his face, and then the original one is just him doing like a pose for Hot Topic exclusive. Those are supposed to be coming out May 2019. I didn't really find out the date. I just assumed May because they had the other like My Hero Academia stuff on the Funko page that those are coming out May 2019. So I assume that the pops will also come out May 2019. Now we move on to the Netflix show Castlevania, which I don't know if I have these in order. Actually, I don't have these in order. So we got I got oh man, yawn. We got Castlevania. So we got Trevor Belmont. We got Vlad Dracula tapes. We got Adrian tapes. Blue Fangs, and Sypha Balnads or Balnades. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I seen the actual pops on the Funko page for the New York Toy Fair. Little videos they keep posting. The Blue Fangs is very detailed. So are the other ones, but the Blue Fangs stands out the most because like the teeth. Those are expected to be out May 2019. As shown on the little on the little sign that they have with the names, they'll say like the name of the thing. So Castlevania, and it says May 2019. So they're expected for May 2019. The next one won't go into too much detail about. It's a Betty Boop mermaid pop, which last month we talked about Betty Boop as an angel and Betty Boop as a devil, which I don't know if those are out yet. I think those are out soon. But this Betty Boop mermaid is expected to be released in April of 2019, so watch out for that. The next one of the most popular discussions about New York Toy Fair, we have a second wave of The Simpsons, which took them a long while. Which the list goes to show, which because I know the majority of the characters, and if you can hear it again, I hear that can opener. We got obviously the Simpsons, but we have Radioactive Man, Bartman, Lisa Simpson, Maggie Simpson, Grandpa Simpson, or it's I think EB Games lists him as Abe because I think that's his real name. We got Mo. I can't pronounce his last name, but on the Funko site it shows his last name, so I wrote it down. So we got Mo, we got Mr. Burns, and we got Hot Topic exclusive Moo Moo Homer. He's wearing like those petals. I'll look at the photo now. We've got the little flowers on the dress thing and the little hat. I really want to get Bartman because I actually always wanted them to make a Bartman pop. I don't know. I know my buddy Matt and I were talking. He would get the whole set if he was able to get the first wave for cheap, which it's hard to get the first wave for cheap because it's super expensive at this point because those 4 Simpsons pop were the first TV pops. Like it'll say 1, 2, 3, and 4, which were Homer Simpson, Marge Simpson, Bart Simpson, and Krusty the Krab. Or no, not Krusty the Krab. That's SpongeBob. Krusty the Clown. And even then, it's Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. What the heck am I talking about? But it's Krusty the Clown. And yeah, they're expensive at this point. They're like possibly over $100 US, which is like 200 Canadian. And yeah, I don't blame them. But I'm thinking about getting Bartman. It's one of the only pops I actually ever wanted from The Simpsons, so there's that. All of them are pretty detailed. Maggie's got the soother. Mr. Burns looking evil as possible. So those are expected to be coming out actually in April. So only a couple months away. It's not too long of a wait. We'll move on to the first ever of this series. It's Scooby-Doo, but it's not like the first Scooby-Doo. That's not what I meant. It's a new line of pops. We've got like normal pops. We got Pop Brides. We got Pop Deluxe. But now we have a new line called Pop Towns, which Pop Towns is basically you get a Funko Pop and it comes with a building. So with this Scooby-Doo one, it's you got Scooby-Doo with his tongue out. And he comes with the Haunted Mansion. You notice in one of the windows there's a ghost popping out. He's probably like, oh man, geez. You wanted in on this photo. But yeah, that very detailed house, the ghost popping out, and we got the Scooby-Doo, which is expected to be coming out in June 2019. And then now another Pop Towns we got here is SpongeBob SquarePants. He's got Gary all over his head, and he comes with his pineapple house. You know, pineapple under the sea. Very detailed pineapple, first of all. And I kind of like this. This may be, like, if I were to get a SpongeBob pop, it'd probably be this one, or it's the, as I discussed last month, was the Imagination SpongeBob pop. So, it's one of these two. That's what I would get. And then that's expected to be released in May of 2019. So if you want to get this pop, May 2019, to all the SpongeBob fans out there, pre-order now at your various outlets. The next set of pops, we got Garfield. Yeah, Garfield has his own set of pops. We got 2 versions of Garfield. One is just him with his arms crossed, and he looks like he has some sort of smile, or I can't really tell. But that's the normal version, and then we have a Funko Shop exclusive version coming out, and it's him with a mug, and it says "I hate Mondays," which I think everyone hates Mondays. First of all, um, Monday was a little rough for me yesterday. Well, not really actually, but it's usually one of the worst days of the week. So yeah, we also, without before forgetting, we got Odie the dog. Um, with his little ears popping up and his tongue sticking out of the side. These pops are expected to be released in June 2019. So if I don't know if the Funko Shop exclusive is coming out then too, but the normal pops will be coming out in June of 2019. Uh, the next set of pops, which I won't go into too much detail because I don't really know about them, is the Sanford and Son pops, which we have Fred Sanford and we got Lamont Sanford, which I'm just going to assume that the older man's name is Fred and Lamont is the younger guy. But yeah, we got one's got a red jacket, one's got basically a black afro, the other one's got gray because he's older. Uh, they both got mustaches, but one's got a beard. And these are expected to be coming out as early as April 2019. So if you want Sanford and Son pops, April 2019 is when you can get them. Then I'll kind of zip through these couple ones. We got Hercules for the new, I guess it's called, it's a TV show. It's Hercules, the Journey Adventures, or the Legendary Journey Adventures, something like that. Not too bad. It kind of looks like the Hercules that I think The Rock played a couple of years ago, but I'm not really interested in this pop, to be honest. But this is expected to be coming out in June 2019, along with the next pop that I just clicked the photo on and should pop up on your screen by now, is Xena, the Princess Warrior, or Warrior Princess, whatever it is. The pop right here, a little glance at it. She's got her sword. I don't know what she's got in her hand, some sort of disc thing. But that also comes out in June 2019. It's not an exclusive, it's a common, just like the majority of the pops. And then the next set of pops, first I'm going to load this photo so you'll notice what I'm talking about. So we got Addams Family pops coming out, and the first one I'm showing you right now is a chase version of the character Gomez, which is him with one hand in his pocket. The other has got what looks to be a sword, like a fencing sword type dealio in his hand. And then we have what wasn't even included in the New York Toy Fair photos. We got the majority of the rest of the characters. So we got regular Gomez. Wow, actually, now as I realize, the Gomez chase is actually in this photo. Oh, geez. Okay, well, the other one is just him with his hands on his side. That's basically all it is. Let's just put it that way. And then there's Morticia. We got Uncle Fester. We got Wednesday with a headless doll of some sort. We got Cousin It, little hairy thing with glasses and hat. We got Pugsley with his little pet, looks like alligator or crocodile type thing that's got a leash on. And then we got different exclusives coming out. So now we got a 2-pack that's going to be available, which has, actually, I think that's the pop. That's the common, but except it's color. But black and white Gomez and Morticia 2-pack that will be exclusive to Entertainment Earth. And then we have a Uncle Fester pop with a shining light bulb in his mouth, which will be exclusive to Walgreens. And then last but not least, we got a Funko Shop exclusive Lurch, which has the little box with the random hand, which is always one of my favorite things when it comes to the Addams Family, is that little hand that just randomly roams around the house and plays a piano or does something. But yeah, those are some pretty good pops, those Addams Family pops. The next pops that we'll talk about, are Cheers. That's right. The TV show Cheers is finally getting some pops. Won't get into too much detail with these ones, but we got, I think it's in, or actually it's not in the order as I look at it, but we got Sam, Cliff, Diane, Norm, and we got Woody, which I know one of these characters, I don't know which one it is played by John Ratzenberger, who voices Ham in Toy Story, which I don't know the character's name, but I can tell by the photo which one he is by judging the pops. And these pops come out, are expected to be released as early as May 2019. So, Cheers fans, get those Cheers pops pre-ordered. The next set of pops, we got the TV show Community, which we got Abed Nadir, Troy Barnes, Jeff Winger, Annie Edison, Shirley Bennett, and Ben Chang, which from when I had to look up these names, I know Ben Chang is the one with that, what looks to be like tiger cheetah like paintball gun, and he's got the match, what looks to be a match in his mouth, and the sunglasses. These pops, I don't really know about the show, but I'll just get into detail that these pops are also expected to be released in May of 2019. So pre-order those Community pops if you're a fan. Next one, holy freaking jeez, oh my god. Everybody, just calm down, all right? Everybody stay calm, as Michael Scott would say, because guess what, guys? Remember when last month we were just like, man, we can't believe they teased us with Office Space, with teasing The Office with Office Space. But guess what, guys? The Office is finally announced for Funko Pops, and I am happy about those. With this photo that we're showing right now, I don't even really have to look at my my photos, or not my photos, my papers that I have written down. We got Michael Scott with his World's Best Boss Cup. We got what may be the most realistic like pop, and it's even very good. If this is this good a concept art, I can imagine what the pop looks like finalized, of Dwight Schrute with his glasses and his famous suit. We got Kevin Malone with his pot of chili. I remember that episode. We got Daryl Philbin with his little clipboard. And then we got two versions of Jim Halpert, which one, I can't really tell what the name tag says, but he's got a name tag, and he's wearing his normal suit. And the other one is also basically the same thing, except no name tag, and his face says book. I kind of was wishing that the Chase version would be him dressed up as Dwight. I think if The Office sells very good, that they'll be able to do that eventually with another wave of Office pops. And before we get into the 2-pack, which yes, there's a 2-pack, we got Pam Beasley, which looks just like Pam. And then that 2-pack I was talking about, there we go, the photo's up now. We got a 2-pack, Toby versus Michael is what they're calling it. We got Michael Scott pointing his finger out. And then we got Toby with a little rock that says "Suck on this." And oh man, season 5. No, God, please, no, no, no. But yes, I'm saying yes to these pops. I can't wait for these pops to come out. They're expected to come out in June 2019. So I think that's. Yeah, all right, that's that page. And the next set of pops, we got Dawson's Creek. My buddy Mike is going to be pumped about these pops. We got, I think I have them. No, I don't have them in order. But I have Dawson Leary, Joey Potter, Pacey Witter, and Jen Lindy. These pops are expected to be released in June 2019. So any Dawson's Creek fans, including my buddy Mike, get your pre-order right now before they sell out. Then we move on to the TV show known as Billions, where we have the characters Chuck Rhodes, Bobby Axe, Alex Rod, Wendy Rhodes, which I can tell Wendy Rhodes is, I remember I seen part of Billions. Wendy Rhodes is played by Tara from Sons of Anarchy. I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the right show. Pretty sure it's the same actress. And we got Taylor Mason. That's one of the characters. I don't know which one's who because I've never seen Billions except a couple scenes from it. That's about it. Expected to be released April 2019. The next set of pops we got. I kind of figured they're gonna. I have the photo up now. I kind of figured that they're gonna release these pops. Considering that the final season is this year, and that is for The Big Bang Theory. We got not in order on my paper here, but I know the names already. I've watched this show so many times to know the characters' names. But in the order of the photo, we got Raj, we got Bernadette, we got Leonard with his not night coat, his like nightgown type thing with a sarcasm note. We got Penny, who's looking all dirty with her pink laptop, and I don't know. That looks like some sort of like breakup Penny or something. I don't know. We got Howard. We got Howard Wolowitz with his spacesuit since he is an astronaut at this point. We got Sheldon Cooper doing the little hand sign from like Star Trek, and then we got Amy Farrah Fowler. With her little crown on. It's got little glasses and stuff. And then we got the first pop of Stuart Bloom, the guy who owns the comic book store. And these pops are expected to be released in April of 2019, the earliest. So Big Bang fans, just in time for I think it's the 12th and final season, get your pop vinyls now. Now we move on, well, not really from the television lineup, but what I just pulled up is Wheel of Fortune. That's right, game TV shows. Wheel of Fortune pops. We got Pat Sajak, which is the host. We got Vanna White in a gray dress. We got a chase version of Vanna White, which is the lady who's always at the screen when someone says, "Is there an A?" and then she goes and clicks on the A's, and then, anyways, there's a chase of her wearing a red dress, and I have nothing really to say about it, except a little detail of Wheel of Fortune on the little cue card type thing. Now I click on Jeopardy, which this has been rumored for months, except that we got two versions of Alex Trebek, which is the host of Jeopardy. And I forgot to mention about the Wheel of Fortune pops. They are expected to be released May 2019. Alex Trebek, however, we have, I think it would be current version of Alex Trebek with gray hair, and has an updated Final Jeopardy card, while the chase version that you see on your screen is Alex Trebek, and he's got like more like, I guess, like dark brown hair type thing from when he was younger, and has a mustache from the older days of Jeopardy. And you can tell that the logo of Jeopardy is a little old. So yeah, there's that, and that's expected to be released in April of 2019, which is only a couple months away. The next set of pops we got, we have more Rick and Morty pops, which all of them are very detailed in their own way. I'm going to start naming some off. Some of them aren't going to be in exact order, but we got Purge Suit Morty, we got Purge Suit Rick, we got Resistance Golden Fold, we have Dr. Xenon Bloom, and if I flip over my page, we have a 6-inch exoskeleton Snowball, we have Berserker Squanchy, and then when I load up these photos, we got a Barnes & Noble's exclusive, as shown in this photo, Barnes & Noble's exclusive Morty. It's called the Get Swifty Morty. we have a Hot Topic exclusive Get Swifty Rick, and we have a PX Previews exclusive glow in the dark Pickle Rick that is just the pickle itself. Not too bad of pops. I'm thinking about getting that the Xenon Bloom one, because that was one of the first episodes I watched of Rick and Morty when I got into the show, and that's one of the ones I really enjoyed of that. So it's probably that, and these pops are expected to be released May of 2019. So Rick and Morty fans, before that fourth season comes out, you better get your Rick and Morty pops pre-ordered. So yeah, hey, and we just hit the hour mark on this photo, and we still got a little bit to go, but hopefully we get this done quick. Moving on to the 40th anniversary of Alien Pops, which I won't get into too much detail with, besides the fact that we got we got two versions of Xenomorph, which one is like a blackish grayish color, and he's got kind of a see-through color, which you can see the brain, which is really detailed, which I seen in the Toy Fair videos that Funko posted. And in this photo, we actually see the same specialty series Xenomorph that we discussed last month on a Funko Popcast, that they already said will be expected for release in March 2019, the metallic blue specialty series. And then we got two versions of Ripley. One is in a like a space suit, and the other is holding Jonesy. And those pops, besides the Xenomorph that already said was March 2019, about a month ago, will be expected for sometime this month. So within the week, they should be out in stores. So, yeah, so there's those pops. Then we will quickly move on to Beverly Hills Cop, which there are two versions of Axel. One with just some sort of white shirt, and we got little pants and stuff. And then we got Axel with a black jacket, and we got bananas in his hand. So those pops are going to be available April 2019. And now we will talk about, since we just talked about Beverly Hills Cop pops, we're going to go on to Pretty Woman. Yes, Pretty Woman, movie with Julia Roberts, gets their own Funko Pops. We got three versions of Vivian Ward, which I'm going to pull up the photo now. Where is it? Pretty Woman. There we go. Pretty Woman. We got Vivian Ward. She's got the little tank top and the sweater around her waist and the boots. And then she's got the chase version of that one that I'm talking about with blonde hair. And then we have another version of Vivian Ward with a red dress. And then we got basically what ends up being like her boyfriend by the end of the movie of Edward Lewis. And once again, I'm saying if you hear loud noises, because food's being made in the kitchen. So yeah. So yeah, we got the three versions of Vivian Ward, and we got Edward Lewis with his black outfit, which are expected to be released, I think, according to EB Games, at the end of May 2019. Actually, close to my birthday, so pre-order those Pretty Woman Pops now. We're going to now move on to Caddyshack. I'm not even too sure what Caddyshack is, whether it's a movie or a TV show. I think it's a movie. We got from, I think I might have the order right, actually, on my paper as it shows in the photo. So we got Ty Webb, and then we got a Ty Webb chase where he's blindfolded. Oh, now I'm looking at the photo, and it's not even close. It's the other way around. Then we got Al Zervik. We got Gopher, which Gopher's the little like groundhog, like beaver type thing. And then we got Judge Smales, And then we have a Judge Smales with like the multicolored or the white hat with the multicolored stripes, which will be an FYE for your entertainment exclusive. And then we got Carl Spackler, which these pops are expected to be released as early as March 2019. So, once again, those loud noises. I'll never hear the end of it. Then we will get to the next set of pops. A very anticipated, very hyped pop. We got Jaws the movie, which has been rumored for a couple months now, those Jaws pops. First, we got two 6-inch Jaws pops, the shark itself. Obviously, one is just got his mouth open and he's got the little scratches on his face. The other one is Jaws with the the oxygen tank, I'm gonna assume it is, or something, some sort of tank in his mouth that he probably ends up eating. It's been a long time since I've seen Jaws, so I can't remember exactly what the tank was. And then I know I don't think I got it in the right order. I might. We got Matt Hooper, Chief Brody, and Quint. And those are the Jaws pops. And those Jaws pops are expected to be released as early as April 2019. So Jaws fans, get those pops. Next movie, very popular movie of the 90s. And this may be, if I'm not mistaken, this actually might be the first, I'll just pop up the photo now, the first Tom Hanks pop besides Woody, and that's Forrest Gump. We got two versions of Forrest Gump. One is in his ping pong outfit. Oh, I'm not even I need to there we go. On my papers here. We got the ping pong outfit, USA. He's got the ping pong in one hand, the ball in the other, and his socks high up. And then we have the famous Forrest Gump of his suit with the muddy shoes and the box of chocolates, which probably the majority of Forrest Gump fans are probably going to get that pop over the other one, which I understand. And those pops are expected to be released in June of 2019, as according to EB Games. The next set of pops, very popular movie, there's the photo now, Men in Black. Assuming that they're releasing these pops, or announce these pops, because there's going to be a new Men in Black movie, which I searched up on. It doesn't have Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones in it. It's a whole new cast. But I think they're releasing these pops for the hype of this new movie. So we got, as the list goes, and I tried doing them in order as best as possible. It's going to be order in clockwise. So from bottom and then goes all the way to the bottom right. It'll be, the first one is Agent J, played by Will Smith. And there's the noise coming from the kitchen again. Sorry about that, guys. We got Agent J with the neuralizer that erases your memories. Great detail on that. And we got Frank the Pug with him. And is that a cigar in his mouth? I don't even remember Frank smoking a cigar. He's a dog. I don't even think pugs don't even have that good of respiratory systems to begin with. Why does he have? Never mind. Anyways, even though it's just a movie, but then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Agent J with the tiny gun from when they go into. I think they go into the pawn shop. No, it's either in the pawn shop or is when they actually in the Men in Black Corporation building, and it's like, here's your gun, and it's the tiny gun. Then we got Agent K with Nebel, which is the little like ant, not ant, but it's a little bug thing, and he's got his coffee, which is very well detailed because they always ask, you want coffee? And then they have like the coffee pot going. And Agent K's got that big gun that he ends up shooting, actually, technically what our next character ends up being with. Our next character, we got Edgar, and it's Edgar after the alien eats him and he becomes an alien for the majority of the movie, which we got We got like it's basically on its way coming out of his mouth. The one eye is white, the one is black, which is very well detailed. His skin is all corroded, like zombie-like. His suit's all dirty. He's even got that shotgun in his hand. Very well detailed pop. It's probably one of the best detailed pops of New York Toy Fair. So good job on that on Funko. And these pops are expected to be released actually this month, February 2019. They're expected to be early as this month. I won't be surprised if it's somewhere in March 2019. But I mean, if we can get them this month, maybe out this week or out next week, that would be awesome. And then the next set of pops, Super Troopers. We already had a wave of Super Trooper pops last year, but we got now we got 2 Super Trooper pops, which one is Carl Foster, the other is Robbie Rabbit Roto, which I don't know which one's which, but one is holding a fishing rod, the other is holding a bottle of maple syrup, which I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if that's actually Aunt Jemima and they couldn't get the rights to Aunt Jemima, or they or basically they just put pure maple syrup on the bottle. Now, yeah, that's it. Besides June 2019, that is the release of these Super Trooper pops. Let's move on to the next set of pops, as I'm trying to end this as quickly as possible, since we're going on an hour and 11 minutes of this podcast, almost as long as the original podcast. We're moving to Ghostbusters, which the first pop I'm showing you here right now, as I just clicked on there, is the next Pop Towns, which is part of the Ghostbusters set. We got Peter Venkman, aka Bill Murray, with Stay Puft Marshmallow all over him, and he's got the Ghostbuster headquarters, the old firehouse, fire station that they currently have their business in, and that's the building that comes with the Pop Towns, which I really like that pop. Then we'll go on to, I'll just move on to here, the exclusives. I'll get those over and done with for some reason. We got one is a translucent Slimer pop with hot dogs in his mouth. That'll be exclusive to Walmart. And then we have a 10-inch Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which I never got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I wanted to when they had the original release, but I never got time to buy it. And then there's so many other pops that I wanted over the Stay Puft, but this may be the chance I actually finally buy a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And that is exclusive to EB Games / GameStop. And then now we move on to the more common pops, which now the photo should be up. We got normal version of Slimer, not translucent, of him eating the hot dogs. We got Peter Venkman with the Ghostbusters gun. All this is not in order as I look at this. Then we got Winston Zeddemore. We got Dr. Egon Spangler. And then we got Dr. Raymond Stantz. And, okay, that was a little bit in order. And then we have the scary library ghost. That's in the bottom left. And then we have a pop movie moment. Resisting Slime pop movie moments. The moment where they go into, where Peter Venkman and Egon Spangler go into the one building and they find the Slimer pop and they finally catch him. He's like the hardest ghost that they try to catch. That's a very great looking, and I like how there's slime all over Peter Venkman. So this is a very well done series of pops. Next one, we got for the upcoming Secret Life of Pets 2, obviously in theaters June 7th. I forgot about, okay, May 2019, that's when the Ghostbuster Pops comes out. Anyways, these pops, we got a superhero Snowball, and we got Max with a cone around his neck, so clearly he has some sort of itching problem in this movie, or fleas, some sort of thing. These pops, obviously, since the movie's coming out in June, should be a couple months early, which uh, during one of the Funko videos, it showed on the little card that they will be expected to be released as early as April 2019. So yeah, pre-order those Secret Life of Pets 2 pops if you want to see the movie in that. Quickly going through this, I don't really like the design, but we got the new Hellboy pop. I know there's a new movie coming out this year, which is why they probably made this pop. He's got a little small gun. I feel like they've made better Hellboy pops in the past than the one they currently have, so I won't really talk about this much, obviously. But this is expected to be released in stores May 2019. And then I know this movie, I think, comes out in April, I believe. So, Pet Cemetery, we got Gage with Church, which I think is the name of this cat. And it's the new Pet Cemetery. It's the remake from the original one, and it comes out in April. We got Gage with his little, looks like a scalpel, and to do operations on, and it's got blood on it. And even his pet has got blood. He's got blood. And this pop is expected to be released this month, February, which is understandable since the movie comes out, I'm pretty sure, in April, like I said. So February 2019, Pet Cemetery pops should be out soon. The next one, we'll briefly talk about it. We got 4 versions of the X-Men character known as Dark Phoenix. We have a normal one. It's probably going to be the only one, actually, that's going to be released in all outlets of stores. And then we have, of that one, you'll see, because there's nothing on it. Then we have the glow-in-the-dark version of that, which will be exclusive to Walmart. Very detailed, especially eyes glow in the dark. And then we have 2 Hot Topic exclusive versions of Dark Phoenix. One has fire around her. She's got her arms to her side and just looks like she's rising something, or she's rising herself. And then that same very pop is also glow in the dark. The fire's glow in the dark, her hair's glow in the dark, her eyes are glow in the dark. It's a very well done pop. Could potentially be a top candidate for top 10 pops for the month of February, in my opinion. So watch out for that one. It's a Chase glow in the dark, which also will be exclusive to Hot Topic. And these pops are expected to be released in April of 2019. So keep looking at your Hot Topic stores and your Walmarts for further details. Flip this page over. The next set of pops, I don't think a lot of people even know about these. They're called Otter Pops. I won't go into too much detail besides who's all in them. I don't know if it's all in order, but we got Sir Isaac Lime, Strawberry Shortcake, Little Orphan Orange, Poncho Punch, and Alexander the Grape, which these are pops. Actually, out of all the pops that I'm about to announce, I think these come out the latest. From what I know, because these are expected to be out in July 2019, so right in the middle of summer that these pops are coming out, while the most of them are coming out within the spring and early summer. So these are, I'm pretty sure, the latest that these pops are expected to be out during these announcements. So those I'm pretty sure. I couldn't find an EB Games link. I found out the date because of Entertainment Earth, which they're ready to be pre-ordered on there. So next one, we got Green Giant. Add icons. Green Giant. We got Sprout. However, we also have a 2-pack with the both of them, same pops, except they are Target exclusives, so you can only get them at Target. And then those are expected to be released in May 2019. And I'm not too sure about this add icons, but it might be the same day. Just pulled up a photo now. It's the Kool-Aid Man. That's right. Oh yeah! Kool-Aid Man gets his own pop. And I think it comes out May 2019. So kudos to that. The concept art is pretty cool. It looks just like the little packages of Kool-Aid jammers and all that. So I'm excited to see what the actual pop looks like eventually. So All right, the next pop, a very anticipated pop. We thought we were getting this one. There we go, photos up now. We thought we were getting this one in for Emerald City Comic Con reveals under the icons, but we got Jim Henson, and he's got two versions. Both of them are the same Jim Henson. One, so they both have kind of like brownish, grayish hair with a brown beard, brown pants, and the black top. But the common one holds Kermit the Frog, which I'm probably 100% getting. And we got the Target exclusive Jim Henson, which holds Ernie from Sesame Street. So I think this is online only on EB Games that you can pre-order, and I think they're sold out at the moment. But I'm waiting for that moment when they go back up, because I'm pre-ordering this pop for sure. Next up, we got a new line of pops. We got Sport Legends, and the first one, as you see in this photo, is Muhammad Ali. So Muhammad Ali, he's got his red boxing gloves, white outfit, white boots. Very young Muhammad Ali, of course. And then that's coming out in April 2019. And this pop, also coming out in April 2019, it's the Great Bambino, the man who's considered the greatest baseball player of all time, Babe Ruth of the New York Yankees. He's got his New York Yankees jersey on. He's got his arm out, pointing out because he just got a home run, and he's ready to win the World Series yet again in Funko form. So that's also coming out in April 2019. So watch out for that. This is going to be a long list, these pops I just pulled up the photos for. It's the MLB mascots, and I know we're almost close to an hour and a half, which is how long the last podcast is. Good thing the next one, part 2, will be much shorter. We got, so in order, I got to look at this list now. So we got Ace, the mascot for the Toronto Blue Jays. That's the first one. And then we got Bernie Brewer of the Milwaukee Brewers. We got Billy the Marlin of Miami Marlins. If I can find number 4 on my list. Yeah, we got Marner Moose of the Seattle Mariners. And we got Mr. Redlegs of the Cincinnati Reds. And then, I think we forgot... oh, yeah. Okay, I wrote 5 in... Oh, yeah. Okay, I screwed up the numbers here. But we got Mr. Met, which is the New York Mets before the Mr. Redlegs, and I wrote 5 twice on my list, so that's going to be... I'll try to remember these names now after. So now, the next list we got here, we got Orbit of the Houston Astros. That's... and then number 7 on the list, we got Paws of the Detroit Tigers. Then the next one is Philly Fanatics of the Philadelphia Phillies. We got Pirate Parrot of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We got Rangers Captain of the Texas Rangers. And then the last one in this photo is Slugger of the Kansas City Royals. And then the last bit of Pop mascots, or Pop MLB mascots, we got, where's his name? Oh yeah, there we go. We got the Swinging Friar, Friar of the San Diego Padres. We have we got Stomper from the Oakland Athletics. We have the Oriole Bird of the Baltimore Orioles. We got Theodore Roosevelt of the Washington Nationals. We got Southpaw, the mascot for the Chicago White Sox. That's that. But we have the, where is he? The Minnesota Twins mascot before that, T.C. Bear. And we have the last one, which is Wally the Green Monster of the Boston Red Sox. I think the only one that actually interests me right now is Ace, and could be a potential pop to pre-order from my buddy Robbie, or he'll pre-order himself. But that's probably the only one I recognize and I like is that Blue Jays pop. And then, yeah, we'll actually move on now to the baseball pops, which I'm going to quickly go through all these, which we got 3 Boston Red Sox players. We got Mookie Betts, JD Martinez, and we got Chris Sale, and I actually was able to write those in order. The other ones are going to be a little hard to get unless I quickly go through these. Okay, so now in order from what I have in these photos, I think we got, if I'm not mistaken, we got Justin Verlander. We have Noah Syndergaard, Clayton Kershaw, Aaron Nola. Yeah, okay, so I'm just seeing if so 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 7 is Aaron Nola, so that's the, is that the top or is that I think that's the bottom. Then we got the Tampa Bay Rays, number 8, Blake Snell. Okay, yeah, so I'm doing this right. And then we got, where is he? Number 10. Because it's all out of order, but I put them in order with the numbers. Number 10. Where is number 10? Juan Soto. That's what I feel like that's the wrong order. I don't think I got these in the right order. God. See, because I don't watch baseball at all. See, I think that's Juan Soto, that first one. I might have gotten that other guy's wrong, but from this photo now, so after Juan Soto, number 11, Mike Trout. Yeah, see, Mike Trout, Juan Soto, and then I don't know who the other guy's name was. I might have missed his name and he's out of order. So yeah, Mike Trout. We got Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees. We got so that was number 12. Number 13, Buster Posey of San Francisco. Then we got an Oakland Athletics player. Number 14, Chris Davis. I'm hoping I got these orders right. I don't think I got the order right anymore. I think I screwed up somehow. I missed a number and then 14 was Chris Davis, and then number 15. No, I think I got that. 15 is Ronald Acu Blanco Jr., which, yeah, that's it. So, all right. So I know I got those. I botched those names. Sorry about that. And then we got a 2-pack of Fanatics exclusives. We got actually a 2-pack and we got a single one. So we got the 2-pack. It's Sohail Ohtani. 2-pack is the same guy. I guess one is when he's at bat, the other is when he's pitching. It's Fanatics exclusive, part of the. Is that? Oh, the Angels. Who are the Angels? Los Angeles? No, that's the Dodgers. No, Dodgers is baseball. That's Los Angeles. Who are the Angels? Comment section below. Who are the Angels in baseball? And then we got a Fanatics exclusive. Mookie Betts, yeah. Another Mookie Betts, except it looks like a home jersey version that you can get at Fanatics. And these pops are expected to be released in April of 2019. We're almost done with these. We got 3 more to talk about before we end this video. NFL pops, it's just, we got Shaquem and Shaquille 2-pack, the Griffin brothers. I think they play for the Seattle Seahawks NFL team. It's a 2-pack expected to be released in June of 2019. And then we got another set of pops that have been rumored for months right here. We got NASCAR. So I think I got them in order if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. We got Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's the first one in this photo. Right beside it, obviously recognizable as Dale Earnhardt Sr. Then we got Chase Elliott, Bill Elliott, and then starting from the bottom left to right, Richard Petty, Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, and Kevin Harvick. which we got those, and those are expected to be released in April of 2019. I might get Dale Earnhardt Jr. since he's been one of my favorite NASCAR drivers, even though I barely watch NASCAR as it is. Yeah, so there's Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Sr. and the rest of the NASCAR drivers. And now we move on to the last pops from New York Toy Fair. Was revealed the day after. So all these New York Toy Fair reveals were announced on February the 15th, which actually lasted 13 hours. Every 15 minutes for 13 hours, there was reveals on different things, including Pop Pez and all that. But we got right here, if I look for my page, we got this for the Spider-Man Far From Home movie that comes out this summer, which also, I don't know the release. Actually, yeah, May 2019 is when these come out. We got Spider-Man. We got a normal Spider-Man in his suit. He looks like he's taking a selfie. Then we got Stealth Suit Spider-Man. He's wearing all black, and one of his masks is a robber. And then we have Spider-Man upgraded suit, and he looks like he's hanging off some sort of building. And then we got what is to be MJ, which I don't know. I can't see that being an MJ of a Spider-Man. And then we got Happy Hogan, which I'm not too sure what Happy Hogan is. But clearly he's holding a check for $500,000. I mean, I could use $500,000. I could buy some more Pops and maybe get my passport and go to these San Diego Comic-Cons and Emerald City Comic-Cons and all that. But yeah, that is the last. There we go. That is the last of the New York Toy Fair reveals. We just hit over an hour and a half on the podcast. Just a couple minutes longer than the normal podcast from last month. Which part 2 is going to probably be a lot shorter because actually it might be, hopefully it's not as long, but anyways, so we covered all that. We covered the first part of February, including the New York Toy Fair reveals Pops. Next month we will be discussing, or not next month, next week. So expected, I think we're gonna release the next podcast, part 2 of this, in February, and in March 1st, which we will be discussing the last bit of February announcements, including the Emerald City Comic Con reveals, which all of them should be revealed by the end of February. I would expect the last one to be either the 27th or the 28th, perhaps. Or even by the end of the weekend, they should be finished, the reveals. But anyways, that's the end of this podcast. I hope you like this podcast. I know it's about an hour and a half long. I want to try to make these podcasts shorter, but it's kind of hard when you want to go into detail about these Pops. But yeah, thank you for watching, and tune in next week for February announcements part 2, including Emerald City Comic Con exclusives. So peace out, and see you guys next week.